Dun. What is going on, folks? It is Friday night, 7:30 here along the Panhandle. Y'all know what that means. It's time for Panhandle Fishing Report. I'm your host, Smitty, with Smitty Surf Fishing, and with me always is my co-host.
What's up, everybody? It is Demo from Finding Demo Surf Fishing Podcast. Welcome to the weekend. And if you plan on going fishing, you're going to need to tell us the secret place that you're going to go that has like all this wonderful weather that isn't existing right now.
Tomorrow won't be bad.
Oh.
I don't know what we'll get into that when we talk about the weather, but I know in our small group, everyone's like looking at me like, "What do you mean you're going fishing tomorrow?" I'm like, "Going fishing tomorrow." It's doesn't look so bad.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Jumping in, commenting in here. Tonight's, if y'all seen, Brian and I were talking before the show, and we're just kind of BSing like we normally do, and all of a sudden he's like, "You ready?" I'm like, "Yeah. For what?" "Oh shit, 7:30. It's time to go already." So apologize for being just a smidge late, but my favorite part of the week. What is going on? Thanks for that. Is that the right one? There it is. Thanks, Steven. Glad to hear that.
Mr. Cop, good evening. Good to see you. Donnie. Donnie is also having some very interesting weather up in Indiana right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he texted me earlier today. He's like, "Hey, take a look at if you can pull up Windy up in my area." And I was elbow deep in a few other things. I didn't get a chance to look at it. And all of a sudden he sends me a picture of a church with a friggin' roof blown off. I was like, "Oh crap, jeez." So
it's not good.
Good evening. Probably watching from one of my pages, which
Facebook user.
Away. So Andy, hello, good evening.
Andy got on some fish last week.
He did. He absolutely did.
Who all we got? Donnie, what's happening, brother? Chip. Much love back at you, my man.
Robert Walker, Bon Secure, good evening. Yeah. Chew Strong, good to see you. Getting close to tournament. Yes, it is. Hey, Terry Breckenridge, how are you?
What's going on, brother? Glad you could tune in tonight.
Almost done. Almost ready to go for you there. Jason was out. Robertson, he got some. Yeah, he got some good fish the other day. I got him in my scroll tonight, that's for sure.
Nice.
New here. All right, welcome.
Nice.
Welcome.
Tyrone Shoelace, welcome.
Lots of good stuff. There'll be a lot of stuff going on tonight. Surf Hippie, okay. That's all right. Didn't see it. Yeah, North Georgia was a little rocky. Yeah, I bet. Yeah. What do we got? Nick, hello.
Nice.
What's Robert got here? Have the Sheep's Head tournament put on by Lost Key going on?
It should still be going. I mean, I think you can pull it up. All right. Well, we got everybody tuning in. Tonight, we had, if y'all been following us on social media, and we told you if you're interested in purchasing one of these things, and we posted a nice picture of the RC Fishing Surfer, that remote control boat, that you definitely wanted to tune in tonight. And we got several messages through the site and the different places on what we were doing. So we'll go ahead and get that announced because it is a limited time special. Now we're going to put this out here. I don't want everybody to leave and go over to rcfishingsurfer.com to purchase your boat. However, I'll give you the details. So Chuck over there at RC Fishing Surfer has generously given us a promo code that can be used up until 10 o'clock tonight, Central Time. Okay, so you have till 10 o'clock tonight. I'm getting ready to put it in the comments here, but the promo code is basically gives you a free battery. That's about $180 value. So if you purchase a fishing surfer with Fish Finder, that's model number 325-120, and it'll all be in the comment that I'm getting ready to post. When you go to checkout, you put in the code that'll be in here, and it'll automatically add to your cart a free battery. Those batteries aren't cheap. Like I said, that's $180 value coming in, and we're going to talk about all of that here shortly, because tonight's show is about technology and fishing. So the deal is live now. There's the code. I just put it out in the comments for everybody that's watching. Code is good until 10 o'clock tonight, Central Time. So you got time. But if you've been on the fence, you've been waiting to see, I don't know if I really want to pull the trigger on it and everything. Dang, I just bought one. Think he'll just, so we talked about that, and he was a little leery about giving us the code because he knew that would probably happen. But I don't think it's, I don't know. That's something you got to work out with him. I don't know. Depends on when you bought it and everything, I guess. But so That is an awesome deal. We appreciate Chuck over at RC Fishing Surfer for hooking that up and hooking us up, guys. Especially, like I said, if you've been on the fence wondering, do I want one? Do I not want one? I can tell you I own 5 of them, and you definitely want one, especially if you run baits out for sharks or other bigger fish, red drum, things like that. But you cannot use it in the Pompano tournament coming up this April. You cannot use it for that. There was a lot of questions on that, but Chuck is a sponsor. That is one of the prizes. I think that's the grand prize. Is a RC Fishing Surfer with Fish Finder. So, yep, Chip, love his. Been using his. Barry, what's up, buddy? So there it is. There's the announcement. If you're interested in buying an RC Fishing Surfer, then that was a resounding no. Absolutely. And, it makes sense because if you and we'll let Brian chime in on this one too, but if you let folks who have a device like that run it out, then what's to say you couldn't use a kayak to run your baits out? What's to say you couldn't fish from your kayak? What's to say you couldn't, all these things. I mean, the Pompano tournament was started and for surf angling, casting, get your bait out there. If you can't get your bait out there, then purchase yourself an over the bar rod or a Ninja Dagger or something like that.
And on top of that too, I mean, with that tournament, there's no, oh my gosh, I just lost the word completely. Commercial fishermen allowed, it's really set and geared towards the everyday anglers.
Yep.
We can only get our 6 and that's it. If you're in Florida, 3 if you're over in Alabama, but that whole piece right there, that playing field is pretty level. So, it's not like another tournament I go to where I have to compete against commercial guys and I know they're bringing in 30, 40 fish. Granted, they're not all tournament ones, but he can weed through it and it's just a good advantage. I go with that. I don't think the knowledge advantage piece when it comes to that. I think of it as culling the field of the farm of fish. Like, damn it, no, not that one. But you and I can attest to what that's like, considering you and I had that day in the tournament. If we'd have been commercial guys, dude, we would have made a stupid amount of money that day.
Yeah, that was
a good day.
It's homemade peach wine. Nice, Rich. Comment there. Drink up there in Virginia, homemade peach wine. That's awesome. Dustin, what's up? Welcome to the show.
Brent's on.
Yeah, Brent.
I didn't see Brent. No, I'm trying to keep up with all the.
You're going. I'll let you scroll up there.
Yeah, I'm scrolling up. I didn't see Brent. He must have been another one of them. We're still seeing a lot of Facebook users, which most likely means it's probably from my side, which I still don't understand why it's doing that. And it is driving me somewhat batty. Richard, it's still attached. Basically, it sucks, but hey, it's there.
Matt, if that's you, buddy, I believe it is from your number. I think so. Welcome. Appreciate you just tuning in. Let us know what site or what page you're watching from. That'll help us narrow down where our issue is. $9.50 a pound, for Pompano. I saw whiting guys were going for whiting was what, $6 a pound up in Milton. That's crazy.
Hey, I'll just go down. Thanks, man. I'll just go to the water real fast.
Right, exactly.
I'll go catch mine.
Try to find some there too. Real Coastal, what's up?
Coastal's on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. JC on Facebook. What page though are you on?
Yeah.
Hey, do you know that church had their fish fry? Oh, they still did it though? Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
That's good on them right there.
Sense of community right there. That is awesome.
Yep. Grouper would be nice. Unfortunately, I haven't seen any more grouper there. You guys are talking about Facebook here. So what we're looking for is, you can see I'm popping this comment up. This is the most recent what's up. As you can see, we see Facebook user, whereas Barry's on one of mine, whether I don't know which one it'll be.
Okay.
There we go. Panhandle page. Okay, that's good. Well, gotcha. And hey, Michael, we're glad you're around. I saw your comment earlier. I didn't get to say anything, but that's awesome, man. I'm sorry about the long hours, but long hours is good money, right? Take them while you can.
All right, before we jump in too far, this week's show is sponsored by Rogue Reels Fishing. Use code ROGUE15 to save 15% on your order. Rogue Reels makes quality hand-tied fishing leaders like the Smitty rig, a 20-foot, 500-pound class deployment shark leader, and the Demo rig, a heavy-duty double-drop rig. Go check them out at Rogue Reels. That's with a Z, REELZ, fishing.com. Rob will get you hooked up over there. I was talking with him today on some stuff, but he's got a lot of things in the shop, not just rigs, lures, ties, everything. He's got it. You need it for fishing. He's got it in there.
Oh man, that's all right. Still got all the holders are coming in good. Terry, where the whiting? They've been a little bit out, man. Haven't seen a lot of them. Well, normally they're up close. Tony tackle.
That's been a recurring theme the last couple of weeks up here along the Panhandle. Is the whiting bite. Close, far. They're just not here like I would expect them to, but I think that's also the water's a little warmer too, and that may be playing with everything. This year, like we talked about last year, this year's kind of crazy. Rob, what's up, brother? This year's been kind of crazy on the catches we've had up here from the surf. It's just nuts. So I guess Barry's telling us we need to go to Jacksonville and St. Augie to get our whiting. Wouldn't be a bad trip.
No, about 10 feet in front of you. Yep. Good call.
Yeah, Mike and them got on some nice ones.
Yeah. All right. So what'd you do for fishing this week? I got out. I know you did.
What'd you do? How'd you do? Let's go to you first.
I got skunked.
Yeah.
But I also couldn't walk like 100 yards and cry like a baby the entire time and then sit there and pout about it and then try to stand up. I will say, as a somewhat husky individual with a knee injury, trying to run, not recommended. Don't do that. So,
no.
Yeah, I mean, there was some. I went to Opal West twice. That was mostly just because I wanted to find another zone. I wanted to go check it out. It's been so long since I've been out there. So Opal West, whoever you are, I feel you. I saw some great structure. The second bar was basically the storms had moved it. So the second bar was way out, and then it did a very nice 45-degree turn all the way back in. And it left a giant cut just into the first sandbar. So it was a nice gap. And I was like, I want that. But couldn't get out and fish it the time before because the swimmers were there. So I had to go a little further down. Tried it the other day. Just to see, and I could see the wave action doing its push here nice and straight, and then when it hit, you could see it do the funnel turn. So I was like, all right, high target, high value target, let's hit this. It's going to be awesome. Nothing. But yeah, my second time out, I've forgotten a ton. So
that's all good, man. At least you got out there exercising the knee. And that area of Opal West has, especially close, not too far from the pavilions, has yielded some nice fish right there in that area. Opal Beach in general, here along the Panhandle, east or west, has had some nice fish. But it's always good to get out and explore some other areas, check on things. And when you can find cuts like that and rips like you did, I mean, that's what makes it. I mean, that's what it's all about, getting out there. But damn it, the fish should have been there too.
Well, they were when Justin came out with me, and it just reminded me again that I didn't have the proper bait, proper setup. So, Stephen Connor, do like a retired fold. I actually did. I actually sat down and I put both my rod holders literally shoulder width apart, and one was straight out, and the other one was probably off to a 30 or 45-degree angle, so I didn't have to get up.
That's awesome. You need one of them big Bass Pro Shop chairs. The great big, or it's Academy. Academy sells them.
Either way, can you imagine that you're fighting one, you're standing up like you normally do, and all of a sudden the other one goes off, and there goes your chair, and you're like,
yeah. That's yeah. We got out. We went Sunday and Monday. We had trips and went out. And then, I mean, fishing itself was tough. Everybody Sunday. I mean, we got our network of folks up and down the beach that we're always in constant contact with, and everybody was doing the same thing. Other than Andy, I think Andy was the only one that slammed him where he was on Sunday, but he got a limit plus some bluefish as well, so he was in the right spot there. I guess just wasn't in the right spot, and that's a tough determination when you know the fish are there one day, and then you're like, okay. And you try to go back or adjust just a little bit east or west to try to stay within the school there, and you end up making, as usual, I zigged and they zagged and the fish were gone. So, and then we went out Monday. Monday was bad wind wise, so we fished on the backside of Pickens, and was trying for at least a shark or something back there, but it was dead. We ended up cutting the trip short. I'd much rather do that than sit around and stare at each other and not catch fish. I mean, if they're not biting, they're not biting. And it's tough.
Lots of same comments on here.
Huh? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, Sunday was a rough day for everybody. Like I said, as we were talking, that little network we got, and it's just nothing.
Yeah.
So, if we're not catching, chances are they're just not there.
And it kind of goes back to what we've talked about it before. We love the idea that there's a million pompano in line just waiting to come play on and jump on your hook at any given point in time. And this next thing we're going to talk about here on the theory kind of plays into this too. Is just they play their little pockets. They move in their little zones. Sure, they can swim 3 miles in probably 20 minutes or so, whatever it is. But when they're congregated in this small batches, they just like to be where they're at. It is what it is.
It is a good sign though. It is right now, because here we are just starting March, and there have been some nice catches over here. So serious question, how does everyone feel about fresh stingray for shark bait? I think it's pretty good, depending on the shark you're going after. If you can catch one, send them out, cut it up, send it out.
Full send, way out.
As long as it's not like a manna or an eagle ray, you're good. Those are protected species, by the way. You don't want to send those out.
Don't send.
Your cow nose, southern rays, things like that. Yeah.
Gonna do that, you might as well have turtle soup. I mean, don't touch the endangered things, man.
I did see did you see that post? Was it Bud Pope put out there? And it said, "Save the grasses, eat manatee."
Oh, yeah, I did.
I was like, that's kind of funny. There were stickers and T-shirts and everything. Save the grasses, eat manatees.
When I saw the post, my first thought was, I bet you money this is Bud Pope. Looked up,
it was.
That's Bud. that's right up there.
Yeah, that's right up there.
Oh, Donnie.
Everything is legal for a fee.
I mean, technically, a fine is a fee. I could see where you're going with verbiage.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, you do what your rank can handle. So I mean, that's kind of along the same lines. You do what, if you don't mind paying that fee,
John.
RC boated out. Yeah, absolutely.
What was the weight? What's the weight again for the fishing surfer? I can't remember.
So if you're using the fishing surfer for hauling baits, you want to stick around, I'd say, the 3 to 4 pound range. That'll be able to get out in some moderate chop and current to get your bait out there. Now, the RC fishing surfer is great for those who are targeting, in my opinion, 6 foot and under sharks, 7 foot sharks. If you got a spinning gear set up and you're running baits out, if you want to run, 1,000 yards out, well, the boat's not going to go that close to that far. Well, it's got a 500 meter range, so
half mile.
So 500 yards. Yeah, it's not going to go out that far. Well, 525, something like that.
And your butt's going to pucker anyway over 300.
Yeah. Once you can't see it anymore, it does get kind of nervous because that's a big investment that you just made. But it does have a lot of fail safes. The one being, if you loses contact between the transmitter and receiver for more than 30 seconds, it'll automatically come back to the home location. Now, if you purchase one of these boats, and you have to remember, it's kind of like a drone. You have to set your home location every time you go out to the beach, into a different beach. Otherwise, it doesn't know, even though it's got a GPS, it doesn't know where to come back to. So you gotta reset that home location every time, get it to come back, so it comes right back to you. But yeah, 546 yards. Thanks, Cliff. I knew it was close, somewhere around there. But yeah, it's an awesome tool for that. Area. It'll carry the bait. So 4 pounds of bait. So when you think about it, small bonita, you could cut a bonita in half and send half a bonita out. Plus, I usually, down here, I don't use anything more than a 6 ounce sinker guy Sputnik. Typically, it's only a 4 ounce sinker guy Sputnik on my shark rigs when I send it out. And that's because I'm not going that far. I don't have to deal with the current on the other side of the sandbar. And all the sharks I catch are in between the trough here. And you're right, what Michael just said. There's some big sharks up close. There absolutely is big sharks up close. So, but the biggest thing is the shark, like the health of the shark. Get it in quick, get it out, all that good stuff.
Jason, you're in the civilian world now. It doesn't work like that anymore, bud.
That's not how it works. No.
Not saying I've had to find that out a couple of different, more difficult ways, but
right.
I may or may not have had a couple conversations with HR. Well, hi to you too, I guess.
Yes, hello, Demo.
Begrudgingly, good to see you.
Begrudgingly. All right, Facebook user, who are you? Where are you watching from? What site are you watching from? So we can try to narrow down
that page.
What's going on.
All right, so you got on here theory, and we're a little behind, but hey, we love you guys, so you're here for talk to us. Theory on fish migration here on the Panhandle, Pompano, and Cobia, and I do have some thoughts on that too.
Okay, so East Coast, you can track Pompano migration north to south. You can watch it happening based on where the fish are being caught. You can track it all the way down, then you can turn right back around and you watch it work its way back up. Here, I mean, we've had this discussion in our small group, and here there's two schools of thought. It's either east to west, or it's no kidding north to south, or in and out, I think is how Cliff put it when we were talking about it. And I think that's a more accurate term, but it's still, yeah. Do they go deep in the Gulf into the shallow water, or do they do the other way around? So what are your guys' thoughts and theories? Because I think right now it's just a theory. I don't know if anybody knows for sure which way they migrate.
So
to be honest,
an interesting little thing happened.
Don't tell me you found one.
What?
Found something that says
a source?
Official migration? Yeah.
Kind of, but
okay, go ahead.
Because it's a Wikipedia. And you can't technically call because the other part of this, a Wikipedia thing I looked at on Pompano made me just want to punch my screen. It's talking about one of them said you can only catch them on jigs and flies. I'm like, shit, you officially lost all possible bearing for me, sir. Yeah. You have a great day. The thought I have is also along the same with Cliff. They run north-south for us too. They run out deep and then they start, they jump. But Pompano have been caught in deep water. They've been caught over reefs. They've been caught further out. They're not just shore fishing. They'll eat shrimp. Right. They eat a bunch of stuff. So I think, and it also goes with the Texas episode that I have coming up soon. He's talking about catching slabs, 5-pound Pompano in Texas. And I mean, if you think about a north-south, yeah, they can play that one, but they just run out, come back, run out, come back, run out, come back. It's just a jumpy thing. Hey, Google, find me the Pompano.
Yeah, I'm a believer it's north-south. And for that reason, it just depends on where the water, only you can just where the water is that they're looking for is at, because 2 years ago, and I say it's 2 years ago, for the fall run, Navarre was where it was at. For whatever reason, the fish were just concentrated right here in Navarre. Last year, it was all over 30A area. The spring, I think they had a better spring run over there. So way east of Destin, in between Panama City and Destin, for those that are familiar with the area, they had just a tremendous amount. Alabama did okay, but not as great. You know what I mean? And so if it was a east-west, we would, no kidding, be able to track it. Okay, they're coming up. Orange Beach is getting them, Perdito's getting them, boom, Pensacola, us, and then it would move on, and then you can actually track it just like you do on the East Coast. Here, I honestly believe it's where that food source is that they're tracking, and they're coming in north to south.
Barry,
we got a lot of comments here. That's what kind of went quiet for a second because I'm like, okay, we got a lot of comments just came in, so
yeah. So weird how it just caught up. Hey, Jack. Good evening. Yeah. Welcome. Good to see you.
What up, Jack? I heard an interesting one on Cobia this week.
What you got?
So Cobia starting in the Keys, right? And then they come up the Florida Peninsula. They'll split up the East Coast and West Coast, right? And you can track a lot of them going up that way. The theory I heard, and if there's cobia fishermen out there, please chime in because I'd love to know your thoughts on this. The theory I heard was due to the tainted water coming out of Tampa, the cobia come up and they hit that water and they turn right back around and they go back down and start following it.
They roll the windows up and lock the doors.
And I somewhat believe that in the fact that our cobia population up along the Panhandle has diminished over the years, like since the 90s.
I love
the cobia or wherever we are.
I love these comments.
Yeah. So cobia in the 90s, if you were here along the Panhandle, they were thick. Everybody was out there. But that it could be because of that, or it could be because of the question we're going to get to later in the show about technology. That could also be a contributing factor. But there could be something to that tainted water coming out of the Tampa Bay area, and then the fish hitting that and be like, this isn't the clean water that we wanted. Boom, we're going back down.
Tampa got hit with a really nasty red tide, and they're still cleaning up from it. It's just a long thing. They're getting their fishery back. If anybody's with Salt Strong, they've talked about it a lot down there and a lot of the efforts that's happening with it. But they had a really bad red tide, and that messed it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully we don't have to see one. God,
oh no,
knocking on.
They run the water temp. That being said, in and out of the water, just like cobia. So that's Cliff says it. In and out. I agree with the in and out piece of that.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have such a cool thing with our fishery too, with the whole how much when we look at we got the wrecks to the south, we got such a long way between us and the neck, down to Mexico, all that. It's such a great thing. When the East Coast, they have that too, but for us, that north-south, if the East ones are doing that and they've lived a long life going north-south, and then the same for us, it's just a big playground for them. So it's really good spots to play. Terry, we're going to talk about that here shortly. That's a little bit later in the show. Wasn't there a bad waste discharge? Yes, there was, Donnie. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but they had a nasty sewage spill.
Yep. Terry, when's the Pompano tournament? April.
I got it here.
14th, 15th, and 16th.
Well, it depends. Yeah, I mean, if you're talking, which one?
Yeah, that's the Perdido Blaine tournament that he's got going on, and then you have the Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle one that's ongoing till the end of May.
Yeah, we got that. We got that coming up here shortly.
Yep, absolutely.
What do you got? You're
Deerfield. What's up, brother?
Hey, Brian.
Yeah, so where we got? We got jumping back to our things. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting theory, and if you're interested in all about it, I think it's important to note, how they're migrating. That can kind of help you catch more fish as well. All right, tournament sales and seminars. So interesting fact: when we typed up the show notes and sent them out earlier, the hook, line, and sinker seminar should be as first Monday of every month. But they hadn't put out their agenda yet or the official announcement of the tournament. So I went ahead and shot the show notes over to Brian, and about an hour later, Hook, Line, and Sinker comes out with their seminar. And it's interesting because I was pretty close on my guess. So that'll be Monday night. What is that? The 6th at Flounders here in Pensacola Beach. The topic this month is going to be cobia, is what they're going to be talking about.
Well, you were right.
That was close. It was either cobia or kingfish. I figured I had a good guess there.
Yeah.
Also, first Tuesday of every month is Legendary Marine Half Hitch 38 Light Tackle. That's 7 March. This month's topic, cobia and Spanish mackerel. So there's a theme here for this month of March. Getting everybody ready so that when April hits, that's typically when our cobia starts showing up here. And again, remember the seminars are the first Monday and Tuesday of the month. And then you got the Outcast Spring Sale that is in full effect right now, which is awesome. But like we said last week, go with a plan. Just don't go over there and start wandering around because you're going to spend a lot of money.
If you went today, tell us how you did. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah.
Upcoming and ongoing tournaments. We got the Gulf Breeze Bait and Tackle Pompano Whiting and Sheepshead tournaments still going on. Biggest is 3.8 and 10th place is 2.86. I wonder who caught that 3.8.
Tom Cabrera.
Whoever he is, he must be a really cool dude. Must be a super cool dude.
And
hey, JJ,
what did he catch it on?
Congratulations, JJ. I just saw your comment come up. You're later on in the show, but congratulations, man. Great fish. Did you hear about that yet? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep, I do.
Sorry, I was hoping I'd see his name pop up. I am I am stupid stoked for that. Spring Pompano Showdown is still in April. Registration is open, so head on over there and get all that stuff taken care of. Outcast Spec Head Tournament, March 1st to the 31st, so that's ongoing now. Stinky's Bait Shack Pompano Tournament, April 2nd to May 30th. Alabama Pomp Stomp is to be determined, but should be coming out soon, and it's probably this month, if not next month. And then Lost Key Outdoors, March 4th, Sheep's Head Tournament. So that is tomorrow. Tomorrow is the one round there for the Lost Key Outdoors Sheep's Head Tournament.
Port St. Joe.
I did not go that far over. I will admit it. I went to Panama City.
Panama City is about the farthest we went. So Port St. Joe area, I know for when we get into the reports here in a little bit, especially on the surf report, I know some things that are going on over there, but it's mostly the same. When we get to the report section, it'll be a little bit of everything. As far as tournaments over in that area, I am not sure about what tournaments you guys have over there. So if you have a contact or you know of one, send Brian and I a message. Just shoot us a message on the Panhandle Fishing Report page so that we can add it to our list and get folks engaged out there. That'd be cool.
It will be.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and burst that bubble now because he's here, and you're right,
man.
The first king caught out of the Okaloosa Pier for the year of 2023 belongs to Mr. JJ. Congrats, man. Really cool stuff there. And if you guys are on, obviously, Facebook or any of that stuff, after the show, head over to Okaloosa Pier, like it, and you'll see all the stuff about JJ's cat chips.
And that was no small king either.
It was not.
That was a very nice one.
Very nice.
Yeah,
I'm sure the adrenaline was pumping like this will come in. You will not get off. There is too much at stake for this. So real cool stuff there. Real happy. And it's you can't go bad. All right.
No.
Question time. It's all yours.
Oh, we got a question? Oh, no, our question.
Yep.
Our question of the week. All right. This one. So if y'all saw our post earlier of the compass that said I found my granddad's GPS, I thought that was pretty interesting because we still were able to catch fish when we didn't have bottom machines and stuff. We just kind of took a fixed position off some known places on land and then plotted our course out, and there we went. And that's where we ended up fishing. But do we have too much technology right now when it comes to fishing? And do you think the increase in technology has led to overfishing of certain species? I think that's a pretty good one. I like that question. Because there's a lot of technology out there, from some to make it easier for us. I think somebody posted about the spot lock technology, right? No more anchoring up. You can just boom, put that down there and hit your button, and your trolling motor will keep you in place. There's all sorts of stuff that can help you out. But then there's some things that, like, it is crazy how advanced depth finders and things like that with the live scope or live target, whatever you want to call it, has come, like, to the point where you come over a spot and you look and you're like, boom, there's no fish here. Boom, we're going to the next spot. Where back in the day, you'd pull up on a spot, not know, and drop, fish it for a while. So it does help, but I think it's hurt in a little bit. Just my opinion. We coming to the Panhandle on Wednesday and Thursday this week, hoping to have a little. Yes, we would definitely will, Chip. We need to talk about what you want to do, and then we'll
talk after.
Yeah. Oh, you already know. I was like, I talked to him yesterday, and I didn't talk to him. Anyway, Deerfield carts are a huge advantage.
Stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, for long walks.
Yes, they are.
I like what John said because John makes a great point. Sonar, radar, absolutely. If it can affect whales, it can also affect other fish. I buy into that. Sounds. I mean, you guys know how it is. Sound underwater. You can hear a boat from a long ways away. These animals, they can hear it too, all that fun stuff. And you're sending down sonar pings, essentially. You're sending down the vibration to get the base and all that stuff. So do I think it affects the fishing? I would I'd be hard pressed to say yes, because how many times I've been with you and other people, but lately when I've been with you on your boat, we're, if we're using the depth finder and we're looking for another fish finder, they don't run off. They're still there. They just hang out. I don't know if it really does there, but I think it does play a fact in overfishing. Yes.
I was gonna say, but you've also been out there with me when we clover leaf around a
Yeah.
point until we're like finding exactly where it is, and like boom, then we hit the spot lock, we're down on them, and then we're on the fish. But like back in the day, if they were there, they were there. If they weren't, they weren't. And maybe you pulled anchor. I mean, I think the technology is a time saver in a way, to where you're not wasting as much time, right? When you're fishing. But I do think, since it's easier to locate fish, if that makes sense, that it could lead to overfishing of certain species. But I don't think it overfishes the red snapper now, because there are a ton of them things out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's red snapper and trigger. I've kind of gotten a weird thought after everything everyone said, and the couple times I've been out, is you're fighting through one to get to the other. You're trying to get to the red snapper, but the triggers are ripping you off in the first 30 feet, or vice versa. You're trying to get to mingoes and the red snapper and beating you up, and then you got to deal with flipper. But I shouldn't. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. Like our dads, our grandparents, with boats, they were better boater. They were better seamen than a lot of us, because they knew how to deal with the currents a certain way when they fished. They knew where they had to throw. They knew what the current was going to be at that time. It was, a lot of that older generation, it was like their own walking encyclopedia. They just knew.
Yeah.
So like, I know this time of year, this hole with nothing, I'm going to drop and I'm going to hit. And that's how it was for me.
Robert made a good post here. Old school English put in the time to research where to go. Grandparents have the knowledge to follow. Yeah, absolutely. And it's funny. It's weird the way Facebook reads your mind or knows what you're talking about, because once I made the post about that, the next post that came up was an old school post of Bill Dance looking at typographic maps, trying to find holes and spots, prepping for a 1973 Bassmaster Classic. You know what I mean? I'm like, how did Facebook know I just posted something about this? You know what I mean? But you're absolutely right. I mean, that's the way they did it. They looked at the charts, they looked at everything, they plotted everything out. They knew when they went out there, they did the research and they did their homework. And unfortunately, I think technology, this is kind of like a deep conversation tonight, but I think some of the technology has made fishermen lazier.
There's the word.
So that we don't do the research to do it. Those that do the research, I almost said do the research. Those that do the research tend to be.
We're 5 years old.
You're better anglers. Yeah.
I buy that 100%.
If you're going to get out there and spend the days and do all that and learn those things, then you're going to do well, because you know patterns and things like that.
So Barry, this was a conversation I actually had with FWC that did not make the podcast for a reason. And the overall program that goes with this is actually going to come up in the Catch a Florida Memory one that we're going to discuss. But the numbers based on zones, they have it kind of blew my mind reason. I was like, okay, I buy it. Now I see where you guys are going with this. But I finally got it from the horse's mouth. I think the first person told me FWC goes out to a certain buoy, looks down and says, oh, cool, there's fish. All right, here's your quota limit. I mean, it was, I'm glad I don't have that now. But some some interesting stuff will come out about that. 12 inches, I agree, Cliff. 110% agree, but that's just me.
You think the Pompano size limit should be increased?
12? Yeah.
To 12 inches?
Yeah.
In Florida? Isn't that an overall Alabama size limit is 12 inches?
Well, it's horrible of me to say.
I'm just saying. I'm not.
Wow. Your video is lagging.
Is it?
Like, no, now it's down to a half a second. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Your mouth was moving, and I was like, that's not the words.
It's like a bad Chinese film.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's kind of dumb, but I'm okay with it. I really am. I don't have a problem with that. But that's also me. I also am If it's 11.5, I throw it back.
Mm-hmm. So I agree, Jack. Social media has had a huge effect. To the point, I want to talk, Jack. I'll be contacting you in the next couple of days about an idea I have. So, yeah, because I want to get his take, and I want to get Dylan's take, and a couple other folks to see what they think. Oh yeah. Well, I think we will. I just don't think it'll be good press, but whatever.
Flasher. What do you mean, Terry?
Yeah. So I was going to bring that up too. So on the side of your, so you can, on the side of most depth finders, you can set up your oscilloscope. Basically, is what it looks like. It's just an oscilloscope on the side, so you can see, because your depth finder shows you what you went over, right? It's painting a picture of what you already passed. Your side scope here will show you what's currently under, but it's only going to show you the flashing numbers. On a old school flasher, it was a square box about yay big. I say old school, but they were still around in like the 80s and stuff. Sorry, somebody else knows what I'm talking about. And they just made a comment. The flasher was a square box about this big, round dial with numbers on it to let you know how deep you were going and stuff. And those flashers, the lights would just ping. All you were doing was watching where your marks were on that thing. And it's mesmerizing as a kid, but trying to figure it out fishing is crazy. Yeah, you're right, Corey. If you watch any bass tournament, you'll see those guys looking at the screen. Yeah.
It's kind of why I like surf fishing. All we have is this, and what we have written down. Well, and Facebook. Yep. But
absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. I want to bring a snorkel and mask and basically go, all right, to see anything? All right, and start dropping markers of here's where I saw it. So,
but somebody just posted it, and they're all coming in. Yeah, a lot of people use them for ice fishing still. Yeah. Absolutely.
Super 60 Lowrance is what he's talking about. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, still use them for ice fishing.
Dude, that's funny. That is really funny that everybody's like, "Oh yeah." But I also those things. We're the old crowd now. You realize that we are the old guys.
Yeah.
It's just depressing.
Yeah. That's why we're passing on the knowledge that we have to everybody. That's why we don't hold back with any of that stuff.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I still keep the logbook, track weather, floats, bait. Yeah.
Yeah.
Barry's got a great point. Broken Reel 23. If you guys haven't followed him, he's done the same thing in Jacksonville. Spencer, just he knows, he's got years of data, and he just goes back through it. So really going into the history really works. It really does. I still look at the Farmer's Almanac. That's me. Where are we at now?
I don't know. I'm just talking.
I got us now. Well, now we're moving on to the reports now.
Yay. Oh, are we? That's
fishing
so
report.
Quick. Okay.
The fishing report is being brought to you by GI Jigs. Use code PFR for 10% off your purchase. GI Jigs are a patented handmade jig head, custom designed around the eye and made with unique characteristics to entice fish into reaction strikes. Check them out at gijigs.com.
There you go. And someone asked today on the, I think it was the Panhandle surf fishing page. They're coming down here in April, wanted to know what to throw in the surf for a spoon or a plug or something like that. And my first response was, go check out GI Jigs rain minnow. Anything from 1/2 ounce to 2 ounce, he's got you covered there, man. And you throw that around, everything eats a rain minnow out there. So
they awesome. Make it. I've seen it. I've seen it on Alibaba.
Yeah, it would work. You cast it out, you watch it. I mean, they work. It works just like the transducer set up on the RC boat.
But if you don't understand the fishing, yes. Yep. Yeah, it gets
absolutely.
you every time. Corey, I'll tell you what. Jack. Let's make this for next week's question, Corey. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
So we'll save that one, Corey. We'll use that for next week's show.
Yeah, Cliff. That's a good one.
Cliff can catch a pompano in a freshwater pond, Donnie.
Yeah,
guy. Just give him a sand flea in his rod. He's got you.
Yeah.
All right, so what you got on the old offshore, sir?
Offshore hasn't changed the last 3 weeks now. It's still mingo snapper. Now, trigger season opened up this week. So if the weather would cooperate, you could get out there and get you some trigger fish. Your one trigger fish that you're allowed. over here in the Gulf, not like the 10 that they're allowed over on the Atlantic side. We get our one, and that's it. Be happy with our one fish. But Mingo snapper with a few black snapper mixed in, and I'll be posting some pictures from some folks here in a little bit on some huge Mingo scores this week. That's about it. Trigger season being in, get out there. Kings are showing up out there close. So Brian will talk about that as we did earlier off the pier. So that means it won't be long before they're here. And I did see one report of some nice Spanish mackerel being caught, but that's about it.
Into the inshore sides, slow reports. Weather was kind of funky, but sheepies, reds, trouts, got a couple in the scroll that are really nice. Didn't see a lot in the way of flounder, but I know there was some. There was no way they weren't, because they were being caught in other areas. So all of them are out there still biting. It's just a matter of finding them and knowing your holes and your spots without the technology.
Yeah. Doing your research, man. Getting out there and getting them. All right. This week in the surf, Pompano. We're being caught everywhere. Andy, watcher, listener out there, he got him a nice limit on Sunday. Plus, there's a few nice ones caught. We'll be posting those as we get to the scroll. And again, slot size black drum hanging out there. A lot of stuff being caught out there. That's pretty much it. Not a lot of redfish, not a lot of whiting. Pompano and slot size black drum from the beach. And that was from Panama City all the way down to over into Alabama, which our buddy Jordan did very well on Pompano. Got his Alabama limit in like 7 minutes.
Yeah. It was a good day. It was a good day for him. Robert, what is everyone doing? Oh, let me click on you there. What is everyone doing about the high winds for the past few days with surf fishing in the area? Have been horrible. If you really want to get out, bring a heavy Sputnik or a heavy weight, but I recommend a Sputnik. Throw short. Don't waste your time long. You're going to be obviously dealing with rod bend the entire time, and that's going to be kind of old, but just think, if the fish is getting his ass kicked way out there, probably not going to be too happy. So throw it a little bit shorter where the wash is kind of just doing that smooth out, nice and foamy. All the stuff that's going to be in there is going to be really chilling there. So any bait's going to try to find the calm spot. So that's what I would do in this situation that we fished this week.
Ditto. Yeah, that's a good
one. Piers. All right. Okaloosa. JJ, we congratulate you again. I'm going to say it a bunch of times in the show, because you are the king to catch the first king of the season off Okaloosa. Black drum, red drum, sheepies, and flounder were also caught off that pier. Panama City Pier reported BFTs. And on down. Red drum, flounder, Spanish, and squiddies. Still there. Navarre Pier, Cownose Ray was recently reported. Black drum, pompano, and bobos. Still running around the piers. That's pretty much it going on.
I need to put a couple in the freezer. I need to go find some.
Well, there was a whole friggin' school that swam in front of me as I'm on the phone with Justin. Like, hey, you coming? I'm like, oh, hey, he's like, throw at him. I'm like, with what? Hit him with
I got my set.
I don't have anything. Like, I didn't come with the normal surf rigs, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't come out with the whole arsenal of everything.
No, I missed that one.
Okay, so as we go down here, let's see, we got some more people. Barry Robert. Cliff. We got Slot City Fishing on here, brother. What's up, Jesse?
Oh, hey, Jesse.
Appreciate you joining in tonight. Yeah. Sputniks from Chip, absolutely. If you're gonna get your Sputnik sinkers, go check out the Sinker Guy. And if you haven't checked out the Coastal Angler episode that dropped on the first of this month, that should be out in all the tackle stores in the area. And I wrote the article this month on Sputnik sinkers, so that's a good one.
John,
Chip out there.
John, I did have the 9-foot with me. I did. However, I did not have any metal. I only had 3. I had 3 sets of set rigs. That was all I brought. So I wasn't going to be up and about. I had to do my slow walk thing. Yes. Man, why am I defending myself right now? I don't know why, but anyway. Yes,
look, I told you guys.
If you're going out there. I've said this in the damn podcast. I can't tell you.
I know, right?
But I always bring the lead line. But fat guy and busted leg can't bring his whole damn card out. I can carry 2
Look, I just wanted to get on the beach, damn it.
Just wanted
to chill.
Just
wanted to go fish.
prove that I could walk on the damn sand, and you guys are making me all self-conscious, and now I'm gonna go freaking cry later.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Donnie, you can actually
online.
check it out online at just Google Coastal Angler and then hit EMAG, and it'll take you to the area.
You got to select the area though, because it's
you can. Yeah. Yep. Select Gulf Coast and then Florida Panhandle.
Dick Frank.
What? Keep the spoon in your pocket.
Nothing good is going to come from a treble hook stabbing me in my thigh.
Take a GI jig with you, then there's no treble hook. See?
You know what?
There you go.
Actually, what I really wanted to do, and I was too excited to go out, and this is my own fault. I have the new 7-foot 4-piece Ninja Dagger.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the new travel rod. I've got the reel sitting in the garage waiting to get on it. And I was in such a damn rush to leave the house. I forgot I was going to put it right there on the side of the backpack in the pocket. So it was perfectly fit. Go out there and do it. But no, my happy eyes like, I'm going to the beach. I got to leave the house. I got to go now before anyone says anything. So I didn't do anything. I just went without route.
Good. That's what it's all about, man. Just getting out there.
I'm glad I got out just to be able to say, all right, cool. I've seen what the sand's like. It's very pretty. All right, let's talk.
All right, let's jump into weather.
Weather.
Let's take these down. Where are they at? Well, get rid of that. Share a screen. Did I bring weather up yet? Nope. Hang on.
I understand. I have to reload Windy. I've pissed it off. Hey, Tony.
Tony, what's up, buddy? Weather Channel, 10 days. Come on now. 10-day outlook for Navarre. All right.
Thanks, Cliff.
I think we're good now. Present, share screen. Come on now.
Push the button.
I know, right? Come on now.
Hey, Dylan. How are you? Great job on your podcast, dude. You rocked it.
All right, we'll close that. All right, tonight it was windy as all get out. Like we had sustained at 20-some with gusts of 40. Look at it now, 9 out of the northwest. I think if it blows overnight, it's going to be calm tomorrow. Temperature is definitely going to be there. High 75, west winds at 8. It should lay right down. Sunday's probably going to be a better day because it's going to be nasty. Water's going to be nasty tomorrow from being all churned up. But the way it was today, Sunday's probably your best bet. And according to fishing points in the almanac, Tuesday is supposed to be a high fishing day. And we got PM thunderstorms that day.
Of course. Because of reasons.
Yeah. But the rest of the week doesn't look bad. Wind's laying down. It's going to be nice out there. So get out there and do some fishing. That's just according to the Gee Whiz weather. Now we'll see what Windy has to say.
And this is going to make you all really unhappy.
Windy's here to piss you off.
Oh, no.
Sunday's money. Yeah, Sunday's probably going to be the better day, but I'm going to try to fish them both. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'll be out there.
All right. Now I can share my screen because I wasn't paying attention. Windy.
Jesse, I'll definitely want to meet up with you tomorrow, man. So I'll hit you up after the show, figure out where you're going to be, and we'll try to meet up finally.
All right. Let's see here. Okay. So I don't know if this will bring that up, but it shouldn't. All right. So winds tomorrow. You're going to see them calm, but we're going to see a heavy east flow for the next few days into the week. Towards midweek, we'll have one big spike up with wind into the high teens, but then it also turns right back around and calms down. That is not the problem. I wish that was the problem for this week, but it's really not the problem. Let's just go ahead and stop this because this is going to make you mad. God, it gets so much worse.
There's no way. No way.
It's bad. I'm going to let it run for this very reason. But I'm just going to go ahead and spoil alert it as you watch this in the background. Wave Saturday running 6 down to 4. Sunday 4 down to 3. Monday to Thursday down to 2 to 3. So nice. Like, I'm happy. But then, did you want to go fishing next weekend? I'm just wondering.
Yeah, we do because
you're
Chip's
not
coming into town.
Because Friday Friday, once it gets there, if it gets there, where the hell is it? Why is it not moving at the speed it should be? Oh my gosh, is my internet that bad today?
So I'm bringing up my other app I have that I use too, because I'm comparing because.
Oh, is this like the flagpole thing again? Why do we got to compare all the time, Mike?
No. It's got nothing to do with that. It's
sorry.
Look, everyone uses different apps out there, right?
Yes.
So there's Magic Seaweed, there's Windy, I use Fishing Points on a lot of stuff, plus Windy, and compare the two and stuff like that to see what's happening.
So,
but it's
Thursday. Go ahead. As you can see here, this is where it gets bad. Thursday runs 2 to 4 feet, but Friday it runs into 5 feet. Saturday 7 to 8 feet. Sunday 9 to 10 feet. The whole weekend is not.
It would help
there
if I wasn't watching wind waves and was actually watching the swell. Because you're right, tomorrow is going to be like 4s and 5s. Yeah. Sunday's going to drop down 3s and 2s.
So
Monday doesn't look bad.
No, Monday to Thursday are going to be good on as far as everything goes. With wind dropping down, this day the week fishing is going to be great. So if you want to get out this week, the weekdays are going to be this. You knew when I closed the screen, I'd finally get our screen back.
Yep. Boom. Put it right there.
That was very, very, very well played.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I saw midweek. If you can get out during the week, yes, do it, because you're not going to want to play out on the weekend. The winds are going to be great, but the seas are going to be real heavy, which is kind of strange. So I think we've got another set of weather coming in. I believe I saw rain showing up as a temporary shot for that one. So get it out there this week if you can. No, it's not much for kayak, so it's going to be kind of rough. And I think the water's still going to be kind of ugly. That's my unhappy opinion. I wish it would clean up, but hey,
I'm just going to have to drink some more.
Yeah. Hi, Brandon. How you doing?
Yeah. Well, that kind of sucked, man. Now I'm kind of depressed. I don't care. I'm still going. There's other places to go. Yeah.
Slot City said, if anybody wants report pickings, 5 wrasse and a blowfish.
Nice.
Cliff, southeast wind is the best for pompano fishing. I believe that.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can get out. But yeah.
Absolutely.
Stuff. Where we at? We just did there. We did that.
Weather. We down to the scroll already?
Early time.
Scroll.
Panhandle Scroll is being brought to you by Waterland Sunglasses. Whether you're sight casting a shaded shoreline, fishing the open flats, or trolling wide open ocean, Waterlands has your eyes covered for every application. You can use code SSF anytime to save 15% on your purchase. Go check them out at waterlandco.com. Can't come in Monday. Totally
understand. Right. Yeah, I think I'm sick.
Oh, Jack.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jack. It is. That's what I was hoping for last weekend, but then we got the infinity screen here. If anybody wanted to know what it looks like in the background, that's what Brian and I see. We'll go here and see.
Yeah, I know that guy.
Where are we at? All right, here we go. So let's start down here. So City of Fort Walton Beach is resigning the Liza Jackson Park boat ramp and parking area. If you guys know where that is, they just got approved and funding. That's a popular boat launch spot right there in downtown Fort Walton Beach. So they'll be redoing that. Likely it'll close down for a little bit while they get everything underway. I click on it, but it just takes us to the ad, but that's the gist of it.
Are they adding a couple more or something?
They're doing more docks, and they don't have that's the condition of the ramp now.
Yeah,
right?
It's rough.
2 of them right there. It's really rough. So they're going to be redoing both sides there. There's no conceptual drawing just yet, but the funding went through. That's part of the funding was the conceptual drawing. So can't wait to see what they come up with and see. Hopefully they make parking just a little bit better and widen that area for turns, putting your boat in and everything else, make it a little bit easier to get in and out of. But it'll be a nice addition down there. We talked about them last week, Mojo Tackle Company. I'm going to click this. Probably going to play the video. But they're shrimp. If you haven't gone out and watched them or taken a look at it, we're not sponsored or affiliated in any way. I just think it's an awesome lure. This guy is always posting.
Look how small that is. I mean, a little bait will catch big fish.
Oh, and music there, but slaying the trout over there in Louisiana. Some awesome colors, and it's just like a stand-up jig head, right? And that's what you're looking at, and it's just wearing out the trout. So over there in Louisiana. So if you're interested and want to check them out at Mojo Tackle Company. They got a lot of nice soft plastics, and then those hard plastics that we talked about last week were on there as well. So awesome looking shrimp bait. This I give an A for creativity when I saw this. Pumping ain't easy. And you're absolutely right. I mean, sometimes they can't all be winners, you know what I mean? But that was a fun catch, I'm sure. Either way, pumping ain't easy. Some nice fish there.
At least he caught.
Exactly, right? This one, Daniel Young's post. Not a bad afternoon. Absolutely not. As we said, pumping over here. So we're the small black drum hanging out. And that's about, you can't ask for much better than that. That's a good day right there by anybody's standard. Matthew Pike here went to Okaloosa today. Surf was really bad, but still managed a nice pompano. Look at that.
Nice.
That's awesome there. Nice. That's good fishable conditions, I think. He's in a good spot right there.
That's red conditions to me. I don't know. I always think when I see that, I think redfish all the time.
Yeah, I typically did the overcast, but if the water was darker, like chocolatey, then I would say, yep, definitely ready.
Makes sense.
It reminds me of the day we were fishing, you and I and the team were fishing Henderson Beach.
I hated that day because you guys all caught.
That was a good day. I thought it was a good day.
It was a good day.
Our buddy Justin Reed at Justin Reed Fishing here got out and caught some nice fish, 4:30 to 6. Couple small black drum, boom, and chartreuse shrimp fish bites is what they were wanting. So that was another great catch. That's small black drum and pompano have been the theme here. We said Mingos. This is my buddy Adam runs Ignite the Bite fishing charters out there. I mean, that's a nice haul of Mingos.
That's gonna be so good.
Not bad for an afternoon, and they also, I think of this one, he also had some nice there's porgies in there.
Nice.
Yeah, and there's some more down there. So earlier in the month. They had a nice grouper. There he is. Too bad it's not grouper season, but that was a nice grouper right there.
Counts as the catch of Florida memory.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so the last 2 weeks we talked about it. The Destin High School fishing class, that Reef Project charity event they had going on at Half Hitch last week. If they had raised $10,000, then the county would match it and they could go drop some reefs out there. Well, not only did they raise the money, they exceeded it. I think they ended up with a little over $11,000 raised. So appreciate everybody who went out there and supported the Destin High School fishing class Reef Project out there. It was an awesome event. A lot of food, a lot of people showed up. I think they had their 10,000 raised by like 10 o'clock in the morning.
It was early.
Yeah, it was nuts. So congratulations, everybody went out there. And then fishing report on the pier for today. King Max, as we talked about, Spanish flounder, pompano, south winds, sandy water, rough seas. There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah, but appreciate if you guys aren't following the pier page, go and give them a like and follow. You know what's happening out there. They put out a good report every day on what's going on. So, and stop sharing. There you go. Love those conditions. Yeah, me too. That's a Cliff. I would have fished any of those out there.
Jonathan Boone, nice red here.
Yeah.
SRB.
See you, Real Coastal. Appreciate you tuning in.
Ryan,
Did
this
you
dude we need to
see?
talk to. Because yes,
Yeah, we need to call him.
yes, yes, over yes. I very
Yeah.
much so. I'd love to have a conversation. Ryan's been putting in the work, but he's been catching a lot of good fish. Nice red here. I think I have him a little bit further up, but he's had some really, really good fish.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of one of our half hitch Navarre buddies here, old Colin.
It's
Hanging
Colin.
out with Kyle, who's back. And of course, Kyle's catching tuna because Kyle does that. Kyle catches the fish. Colin got to be the gaff, so he had fun with it. But it was a nice tuna there off the Navarre Pier. Good stuff there. This was last year, and it was reshared up here.
Oh, yeah.
I saw this, and then I just wanted to bring it back up because we've seen some pretty decent size whiting lately. 2.8 pounds. I mean, look at this. It's a baby red, essentially. But as you all know, 2.8 pounds is the record. So if you catch one when you're out there, keep that in mind. And there's a lot of things you got to do to make an official record. So, but either way, again, congratulations on that. You're still a record holder. Good stuff. Lakin got out and 790 feet. So the Smith family is very well known for the slow pitch. I mean, Ryan and Lakin, just dynamite anglers when it comes to this. Their kids will be even more dangerous. They are just excellent anglers. But really cool the stuff they've been doing there. If you're not following them in the group there, slow pitch jigging, definitely worth. And they share a ton of knowledge. So it's not just fish picks. They're really giving you the kind of the keys on how to do it.
Absolutely.
Okaloosa. This one's obviously February 27th, so don't freak out. Talking about some blackfin tuna. Good stuff there. Sorry, I like to do these tabs this way. It works for me. Yeah. Squatch. Now, if you got back out there with him.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I got back out there with the team again and got in some nice fish.
Well, so really, look at these fish. These are just massive. I mean, oh, that one. Decent AJ.
Yeah, he's all right.
I mean, it's just so much fun stuff that they're reporting. So definitely, if you're not following Squatch, Phil, he's definitely worth it. But doing all the stuff with Saltwater Sportsman, some really cool things are coming from that too. But lots of really fun adventures to be following up on.
Yeah, Saltwater Sportsman's online stuff has just ramped up tenfold now. It's amazing.
Al Surf Casco getting after it. Pompano and whiting. Good dinner right there in itself. It's
a nice size whiting too.
It was, yeah. And of course, what post of mine is complete without stopping at the old Cheyenne kitchen? Because reasons.
Oh. God, look at that. Like your average person doesn't do that.
No.
You know what I mean? Your average person is going to come home with that red fish, blacken it up, and just call it good. You're not going to indulge it with a cream sauce, and that's just amazing. Cheyenne.
It looks so good. I'd take
your photos are so inspiring.
So
it's amazing.
You're an amazing chef when it comes to this stuff. Seriously. Absolutely. And you're a hell of an angler. So thank you for all that you do, Cheyenne. Always love your stuff. The Covels went out. Gina caught a nice one here. A 26-incher. Nice red.
Nice red.
You guys might recognize this guy's face.
Isaiah.
Isaiah got out and have some fun.
They did.
But he said he was in a slump. I wouldn't have believed it if he said it, but he's been out getting them. He's a hell of an angler. Really good, really fun to talk to down at Elmo Coast Bait and Tackle. You know, just a ton of knowledge and just a great human being.
I stopped in there the other day trying to catch up with him. He wasn't in.
No. So Andy finished out his run. He had a good one right there. Got some yummy sandwich meat right here. Love that taco and deliciousness, but lots of good stuff there. So congrats, Andy. That's your first limit since moving here. So congrats, man. It won't be your last, that's for sure.
No.
Okaloosa Pier, March 1st. They do daily reports in case you didn't know, but here you go.
Absolutely.
Monster black drum, some sheepies, but they've also reported reds. And as you can see, they give you information on the sea states. We're almost there, I promise.
I was like, man, you got a lot tonight. That's good. That's good stuff.
So every day I'm scrolling as I'm scrolling Facebook, I have to add 2 in my head. Like, need to add 2. There it is, JJ. There it is.
There it is. Nice one.
Look at that king. So what are you going to make with it? That's what I'm wondering. What are you going to have? Good God. Such a big fish.
Yeah, 40-pounder. I mean, that's great for the first king off the pier.
Yep. To me, that's a good sign of things to come this year, personally.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to the stories.
And then boom. Third cast. Yep. I think is what it said.
Yeah. Come on. Nice. Close, jackwagon. Ugh.
Is it Jason's double up?
Yep.
Yeah.
I love getting these in text message too. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Coach. Nice double up here. Notice some coloring. Some weird coloring. Very, very bright coloring.
Yeah. Very bright green.
So strange.
Is it Stinkies?
Stinkies, yep. So pull up the article here, but as you can see, the tournament's ongoing. It's going to be ready to go there. Check it out online. If you're over in the, 30A, and I think they're running not the whole Panhandle. I think they're Panama City, but their tournament's coming up soon. So go ahead and sign up for that. The sale is still going on, as you can see here tomorrow. Now these are the little ones here. This was some fun ones to find on accident. Podcast. Dude, look at the size of these trout. This is Pensacola.
No, it's not.
It is. This is Pensacola inshore. That is not a small fish. Giant.
That's photoshopped.
That's photoshopped.
No, I'm just kidding.
Now I love this picture for this. Look at these crushers. You know,
crunchers down there.
That thing. Those are spiky. Those are spiky. Don't reach in here. This is the no-no zone.
You can lip them like a bass. It'll be all right.
Don't lip him.
No.
But I mean, look at this lure.
And fangs will get you.
That is a decent trout. So yeah. The big ones are nice apparently hanging out here. That was a fun one to find. This sounds like a lot of fun to me. 8 pounds of smoked tuna. Like I don't know why. I just want to lick them. Of course, they're kind of disgusting, but that's just me. I love smoked fish. I really do. I don't like it as a dinner.
That's good.
Fish.
Bluefish is really good smoked too.
I haven't, I don't think I did it last year. I think I need to try it this one. But Mason, welcome to Florida, and his first catch of the year, hooking into a nice trout in the Destin area. As you can see here, he's inshore. Nice little foliage, but hey, the fish are there. It's just a matter of getting out. But those were some fun ones to find this week, and I didn't get any messages.
Huge trout.
Yeah, PowerPoint. No, Cliff. No, I will never ever use PowerPoint again. Ever. Ever.
No.
Sorry.
Not after the military kind of ruined you for PowerPoint.
I will never do death by PowerPoint again. I will do it this way.
So my buddy Adam at the Ignite the Bite there says the Mingo bite has been good, but there's also plenty of sharks out there as well right now.
Jerks.
So they will steal your catch as it's coming up. But they're fun to catch too. From the shore. I guess in the boat they get tiring after a while. Yeah. Check out surf forecast.
Very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So you guys know, obviously, I run a podcast, and we're doing a podcast here. I love listening to them. Like I was listening to the Alabama one. Their fishing report, Perdito Blaine was on recently, and learning about some new lures. Some guy was talking about purple being the thing, and some chartreuse, and mixing the two together. And it's like, well, no, how? And then he starts talking about these monster trout. I'm like, okay, you've captured my attention. But the cool thing was, it reminded me why I love listening to podcasts, because I never would have known about those lures. Not in a million years. It's just not my thing. But now that he mentioned it, it was cool for me to go look, because I want to catch trout this year. So I'll say the weird part of expand. Take a look at the old podcast, man. I mean, there's so many cool ones out there. There's lots of fun stuff to even to listen to. Some people got some good jokes.
Yeah, they do. I'm Putting up another post right here real quick. .com.
Damn, we're at an hour and 15. Good Lord.
Yeah, no. So I throw it out and it posts by everybody. So don't forget, as we mentioned at the beginning of the show, rcfishingsurfer.com. If you're interested in purchasing a boat or have been on the fence or waiting to purchase a boat, if you use the code that we put up at the beginning of the show, which is, as I come up through here, PF. I put it at the beginning. I'm trying to remember it, but it's 693. There we go.
This is what happened. This is what happens when you carry. Wow, that loudness got
that got really loud. I'll put it back in here, but PHFR free battery, Panhandle fishing report free battery. That'll get you $180 free battery with the purchase of the boat, but you have to buy the boat with the fish finder. That's the one stipulation. And that's part number RCF. And I'll be making another post right before we go off air tonight. So all the information there is fresh. But don't forget, if you want to pick up a boat, use our code. You get a free battery in there. It's $180 value. Awesome deal. So we can't thank Chuck and rcfishingsurfer.com enough. Appreciate your support there for all that. So
you got an hour and 15 minutes to make the purchase and convince your wife that you need it.
Or as Jason said, it's easier to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. So just do it. If you want it, do it. You deserve it. Treat yourself. We're here to help.
Mike said you could.
Yeah, absolutely. Just tell him Smitty said so. Yeah, Smitty said I could get one.
You're a bold man.
Yeah, whatever. Send it. Absolutely, Brandon. There you go. Brandon. So Brandon's one of the guys that he saw it, and he was hitting me up earlier. He's like, "Hey man, can you just like give me a teaser of what it's going to be?" And I'm like, "I can't." So basically, I'll be putting the code out here, Brandon. You'll have it. You'll be able to order and get a free battery with it. So yeah, just blame it on Smitty. Sure, whatever. You got big shoulders.
My wife said that. What you?
My wife said that. What you all say? I think it had to be about the. It's easier to ask for forgiveness and beg for permission. So that's a good rule. Sometimes you just got to do it.
It's a once a fiscal year card. Pop-Tart, Fireball, and lines that go Z.
So said the wife. There you go. Ooh. Nice. Good stuff. Well, guys, we appreciate everybody sticking around. It's been an hour and 18 minutes now. We appreciate everybody stuck around, and we appreciate you guys every week for tuning in to the Panhandle Fishing Report. Don't forget, we're live here every Friday night, 7:30. Don't forget to share us out. Tell your friends. It's a great place for just sharing the knowledge, and we love the audience participation, seeing your guys' comments and things come in. That's what Brian and I really like about doing this, is sharing the knowledge and receiving knowledge from you guys and all your comments and things like that. So don't hesitate. I know there's we had at one point 30 some people watching, and everybody can chime in if you want. You don't have to be shy.
Yeah, we respond, as you guys can see. We see all the comments. We'll bring them up sometimes. Sometimes your comment doesn't make the screen. We get it, but we see them all and we try to interact. So
absolutely.
Good seeing you guys.
Absolutely. So until next week. Oh, where's that? Here we go. Here's the outro. Y'all take it easy. Later.